Hello everyone! As you might have learned from the title, I decided to use the neural network to create a drawing. The idea was to use a neural network to fit in your artwork, like a teacher or mentor. It went something like this. I drew a stage of artwork and then I showed the results of this stage to the neural network. It gave me a feedback and I continued to draw and so on in a circle, until I got the maximum score. Initially, I planned to make a big video telling in detail about how I created the illustration, what problems I faced. I also wanted to show screenshots of neural network responses to my artwork. But I have lost my script. So now it's going to be a classic conversational speed paint where I'll briefly talk about how it all happened. So, it all started with the fact that the idea for the video, of course, did not come to my mind. I recently watched it on another channel. I hope you forgive me for that. Well, I had an idea for a video, but I didn't have an idea for a drawing. Without much thought, since the video is about using neural network, I decided to use the neural network to search for idea as well. He gave me several options that I no longer remember. I choose one tied to a train theme or something. Initially, I planned to draw an illustration in a realistic modern setting. Just a girl sitting by the train window with the headphones on, but I found it too boring. I like fantasy, so I decided to make an illustration on this topic. I do not want to talk for long about how the characters changed in my artwork and how the final idea of this illustration appeared. I tell you right away what I came to. As a result, I got this situation. A witch girl in a big hat is sitting by the train window. A goblin is sitting next to her. And since the witch's hat is very big, she knocks the goblin's hat off his head, so he looks at her with displeasure. That's the whole plot. It's very simple and boring. But what can I do? I'm not a master at generating ideas. I think it's noticeable by the fact that I use neural network to find ideas. So, I think it's not even necessary to say that there were a lot of edits from the neural network. Very much. It took me a long time to achieve the desired top score. Each time the neural network gave out a score from 8 to 9.7. And at some point, once again, creating a new chat, I finally got the desired score. But it's not that simple. In general, I couldn't get a top score because of the way I formulated my request. Most of the time I wrote something like this. I made an illustration, rating on a 10-point scale, and if the score is lower than 10, then explain why. And so my guess is that the last words, if the score is lower than explain why, are to blame. Since the neural network performs everything that it's indicated in the prompt, if it says that is necessary to explain why the score is lower, then in any case it cannot be maximum. Because if the score is maximum, then the neural network will not need to explain why the score is lower than maximum, which means it will not fulfill part of the request. And I could get the maximum score only when I wrote the simplest possible prompt, which sounded something like this: rate on a 10-point scale. And then the neural network also gave me a score below the maximum, and gave me a very small edits that I made. Sent the results again with the note that I made these edits, and then the neural network evaluated the works for the maximum score. Let's move on the conclusion. For myself, I came to the conclusion that the neural network can be used in your artwork. It can help you see those mistakes that you can no longer see for yourself. You can get a feedback, which is not always possible to get from a living person, since you may not have a familiar person who can point out mistakes to you. Neural network also have generated ideas, which is also useful for lazy assholes like me or those with creating stagnation. But it's important not to chase the highest score from the neural network. It is useless. The neural network is not the end user of your artwork. It's your assistant in creating these artworks. Most importantly, don't use an image generator. Don't be assholes. That is all. No, not all of it. Just some practical advice. If the neural network starts making some kind of edits and then after you made it, it makes a new edit which is essentially a reversal of the previous edit, then it's time to stop. I'm definitely done now. Subscribe to my channel and put like under the video. You can also write your idea for the next video in the comments. Seriously, I'm out of ideas again. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can order an artwork from me. All links to my social are in the comments.